Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and it's back to an old world once again with the Navigami that we got from, fucking Neverland or whatever. But again, this is pretty much the way in which we're going to be accessing the penultimate world of the game, and of course we have Chip and Pippin warning us about another Colosseum tournament, which is what we're going to be doing next time. In hindsight, I probably should have, included it in this part, but fuck it. I figured I might as well use this as a bit of an interim part, and I guess also as another means of, well, I guess sort of explaining why exactly I haven't been including as many Return to Traverse Town parts, mainly because none of them really served as much of a purpose as this one. I mean, the main reason why I'm just giving this one a video of its own is just to, you know, because there's cutscene and story importance here. But the other reason of which is basically the precipice of what you're going to be seeing in the video. Like, I mean, you're constantly going back to fulfill your synthesis requirements, if you choose to get them. I mean, you can come back here, talk to Sid, and have him, you know, modify the gummy ship and pimp your ride, so to speak. But again, to talk about synthesis for a moment, yeah, much bigger list than what we had before. And this is pretty much what happens when you continue to fulfill the items on the list. If you have the materials and you complete a lot of the items that you have to create here, well, again, the list gets bigger and you'll eventually gain access to bigger and better things, like bangles and rings and accessories that you can add on to your characters for different perks, like experience or added defense or added magic or whatever. Or you can start getting some of the, well, weapon types. Like, you'll start getting stuff for Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and, well, you can make some pretty badass shit. So, like, I mean, while I would say that synthesis is a bit of a pain in the ass and not too worth doing, again, like, I mean, if you want to pimp your characters out for, you know, maximum efficiency, have at it, man. Because, I mean, some of the ultimate weapons that you can get for Donald, Goofy, and Sora, like, again, they might not be the most powerful, depending on what sort of build you're playing your characters as, but, again, in terms of all-around stats, they are pretty solid builds, so, again, it is worth going out of your way to just, do it, man. And as opposed to talk about anything else, like, I mean, characters aren't really as lively. Like, I mean, they will talk to you on the odd thing, and again, if you do have certain side-questy things or, you know, ability-related stuff to do, like in the case of Merlin or the Fairy Godmother, then you can go back and talk to them for added perks and stuff. But again, like, in terms of thematics, it is nice to come back to Traverse Town and have it as your sort of, like, home base kind of town area. Again, like, to use another familiar example, like Knights of the Old Republic, it's like Taurus, or like Max Payne 2, it's like the police station, even though that's not really a hub world kind of thing. Or Sonic Adventure, really, Station Square. I don't know, I just love places like this, and it always makes me smile when there's, like, the extra attention to detail when characters have, like, you know, different lines of dialogue for when you return, or if you continue to update in the story, they'll react to events. Again, to use Sonic Adventure as another example, they did that there. So, I don't know, it just makes the world feel lively, and it's good to have a home base area. I like it. And of course, what are the goods we get this time from Pongo and Bongo? A torn page. And Mithril! Again, to once again go into the synthesis, once again, the torn page is a bit of a optional slash world that you do kind of have to complete for 100% completion, which means we're gonna have to do it, much to my pain and chagrin. But yeah, the Mithril, I believe, some elements, as I mentioned beforehand, are a Final Mix exclusive. Mithril, I believe, is one of them, but, I'm trying to remember what other one it was. Dark Matter, I believe, is another one. So again, and as I mentioned before, with the likes of the Sniper Wilds appearing in areas where they wouldn't have been in the original game, yeah, a lot more to do and a lot more to obtain. So again, I guess you could say that Final Mix does kind of make synthesis, which was already a bit of a pain in the ass to begin with, a little bit more of a harrowing task. But again, like, it's only really harrowing in the sense of, depending on which ones give you certain requirements to do. And again, I'd say the only times it ever really gets annoying besides drop rates would be with the dancing mushroom, or the pink mushroom that we caught a glimpse of in Atlantica, and of course the Sniper Wilds, which basically require you to have a bit of luck, a bit of patience, and the maximum stop ability. So again, it's really all you're going to be getting out of that. But again, the rewards are worth it, if a bit of a pain in the ass. But again, I wouldn't really recommend it because I don't really have the patience for that shit. Again, you can talk to Squall, Aerith, and Yuffie, but again, they won't really have much to say other than save the world. There was a keyhole here, but we've already completed that. And I suppose to talk about anything gameplay related that you'll be seeing that's otherwise new, aside from killing the exact same enemies, we'll be showing off that new summon we got from Neverland. It is time to summon our very best friend, Winky Bell. Feel the magic, bitches. Now, Tinkerbell as a summon is actually quite useful. I mean, she flutters around, she'll bink, your nose. And, well, basically, she's pretty much your passive healing ability. Like, I mean, she'll float around the area, she'll continue to heal Sora from whatever damage he takes. Don't quote me on this. Again, I can't confirm who I heard it from, but I believe apparently she can also give you auto life if you happen to die. I've never had it happen to me, though. But, I mean, if that's true, then I really should have been summoning her a long time ago, because, I mean, she is a pretty popular summon for the exact reasons that I've listed, and, I mean, if she gives you auto life on top of that, then fuck, I really missed out. Yeah, but again, like, she isn't really worth using in areas like this for very base Heartless that you've been defeating since the beginning of the game, but I figured I might as well show it off anyway, just for the sake of completion's sake. Oh, and another thing we also picked up from Neverland is Ars Arcanum. Again, it basically makes your Keyblade glow yellow and basically acts as a little bit of a flurry attack. You swing your Keyblade around a lot, and again, you're given invincibility frames for the initial strikes, you can continue to strike, and well, again, it's a pretty powerful ability. Again, like, you get, again, say what you will about Neverland, but again, you get some pretty good shit, so yeah, you're all nice and pimped out for the end of the game. Now, of course, since Tinkerbell was pretty much gifted to us, we have no need to talk to the very Jeep odd mother from the motherfucker in the gangster. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. Basically, we have nothing to talk to her about because she says that her world was lost too, which we kind of already know at this point, so fuck that. But of course, once you get all magics in the game, Merlin will give you this. Spellbinder. I believe you can get me through the night. I believe that's a different Keyblade. But yeah, I think this is something you get only when you get all the magics in the game, but we also get the Dream Shield. Which, oh no, wait, I'm thinking of something completely different. Unless I am thinking of the right thing, which I think is if you give him all the magic arts in the game, which you can get from the white mushrooms, and by, you know, doing the correct magics and going back to different words and getting it correctly, again, you'll be seeing all of this in the cleanup video that I'll be doing right towards the end of the game, but again, I'll stay my tongue on that. But yeah, the Dream Shield is basically the shield that we used right at the beginning of the game during the tutorial sequence, where Sora used it to bash enemies to death. But of course, since we have the Keyblade now, we can basically just give that off to Goofy, and in terms of anything else, it is pretty good, like, yeah, you'll be seeing it in action a little bit later on, but I'll stay my tongue on that for now. No idea what I'm doing. I'm feeling a bit hyper tonight for some reason. But again, more violence, more padding, and yeah, we'll basically be getting on to more... Actually, no, not Food for Passes in the next two parts, because we got the another Colosseum tournament, in which case I'll probably have some Herculean trivia to discuss, hopefully. I actually had to update my computer rather recently, and I lost a lot of files from stuff, so I'm basically just... Thankfully, I've saved most of what I have to save, so I'm basically just being forced to, you know, constantly re-upload everything and get everything back into working order, and also navigate this fucking toolbar shit, because, like, with any software update, it's basically like cutting off your legs and putting on a pair of cyborg ones, except you have no idea what the fuck you're doing with it, and you have to figure out how everything works again, so it's a pain in the ass. But anyway, well, Adoptive Daddy Cid goes off to fix Sora's ship that he broke. Now it's time for us to have a bit of self-reflection. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking like that.
Sora! Now, just remember what Donald said to you. No frowning, no sad faces.
How can you be so cheerful? There's still no sign of your king. Aren't you worried?
I'm worried.
The king told us to go out and find the key bearer, and we found you, so as long as we stick together, it'll all work out okay. You just gotta believe in yourself, that's all.
Just believe.
I believe in you.
Here's actually... Well, again, Sora's taking a peek into Kairi's past as she talks with her grandmother, again in that very Disney-esque way of relaying a story about the darkness and how people fought for the light. This is pretty much our first crack into the expanded universe of Kingdom Hearts and, well, the series' overall mythology. Told as a bit of a children's tale, but again, as we learn later in the series, well, there was quite a lot more to the story than what Kairi's grandmother's telling her, likely not to scare the ever-loving piss out of her granddaughter, but again, this pretty much relays the basic plot about how a small fragment of light entered the world. Light used to be all over the place, but then people wanted it from themselves, creating darkness from their hearts, and of course, like all elements of the universe, they constantly fought over this until the world was consumed by darkness, the light disappeared, and basically shit's been fucked up ever since. That's pretty much an abridged note of what Kairi's grandmother is saying, but, well, it's, the truth. Fighting over this esoteric resource and power that grants people immense power, immense pain, and immense joy. Again, to put it simply, it's pretty much like the Force, really. Like this mysterious element of the universe that people are constantly fighting over for power, for lust, for order, for chaos. Again, it's all very psychological and very, philosophical. But again, that's Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell. Chaotic, philosophical, partially insane, and, well, really, it's, nuts. But that's why I like it, damn it. But of course, since Sora's pretty much just a ghost viewing these events through the power of his heart, he ain't gonna interact with them. No, Kairi. Little Kairi, I gotta go! We gotta go!
Huh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Kairi? Did you call me?
Very interesting. Daddy Cid, did you repair my ship? Thank you, Daddy Cid. I love you more than Daddy Cloud. Daddy Cloud left me. But, yeah, with that navigation gummy installed, we can now go to the penultimate world of the game, so, not really much else to do. So on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and next time, we shall be heading back to the source of the Heartless and Maleficent's HQ. This is called Hollow Bastion. Catch you next time.